Hey guys, it is Nick Cross Totore here, and we finally got the second season first episode. Oh my god, it feels like it has been years since we were done with the fifth episode, and now we are going to actually do some predictions here today, as I did for Stephanie, the shocking secret Lee killed Stephanie. I also made a video about the idea of this. You can watch the video from the link below. But today what we are going to do is there's actually a trailer for the second episode of the second season of the Walking Dead game. We are going to watch the trailer first, and we are going to come back and do some predictions here.
What are you gonna do? Someone's outside. Someone came here looking for you. A man.
What? Did he say what his name was?
We know damn well who it was.
Who is he?
One of the guys we were with before.
What's he gonna do?
I can't keep going.
I figure we got about 4 or 5 more days to reach those mountains.
We ain't here to rob nobody. Just relax and put the gun down, man.
I thought you were dead.
What a big surprise, right? Who is this person? I mean, the most exciting point about this trailer is probably the "I thought you were dead" kind of comment. Who might that person be? Why did Clementine say that? Okay, we have a lot of theories up ahead. Everyone wants for that person to be Lee, but I have some sad news that it is probably and very likely it is not Lee. So actually I'm going to talk about every character that may come out to be at the end of this episode where Clem comes across to this character. So we are going to start with Omid, because some people want Omid to be alive. I accept that his death was so sudden. Before we got the title screen, it was in the introduction, and we got Omid dead already. I'm kind of pissed at Telltale Games because of that, because Omid was a character that I liked, especially because he was from the first season, and he should have been in the story a lot more. Now that I have made a special bond with Krista and Omid because they were in the first season and they were the people that are responsible to look after Clementine, but this is obviously not gonna happen. Throughout whole the second season, we are going to see Clementine will be on her own. We are not going to be given the responsibility to someone else, because we are controlling Clementine, and they will try to make us, and they will make us decide our fate. No one will be responsible for us. We will talk for our own benefit. We will have our own voice, and there won't be any adult who will take care of us. So just acknowledge that Omid is dead. That's for certain. If Omid wasn't dead, Krista wouldn't leave him. Given that, I think Krista sticked with Omid for a while and made sure he was actually dead. When you lose someone who is so dear, we tend to not believe it at first, and we want to be sure that this person is gone and won't be here anymore. So that's, I think, the case with Krista. Omid was obviously dead, and if Omid even wasn't dead, he would try to find Krista, also given that she was pregnant. So Omid wouldn't go and gang up with a group of bandits rather than finding Krista, so this is not really an option. Some people say it can be Lee, but it cannot. You can basically say that from the Clementine's reaction, if not for anything else. If it was Lee, Clem would scream as "Lee!" and run and hug him. But from the tone of her voice, it is clear to see that the person and the Clementine are not really intimate. Clementine takes a certain stand against this person, and she's actually not sure how to act, so that gives us the huge hint that it is not Lee. Lee is dead, people! I'm sorry, I really don't like this, but he is that. As I said in the previous video in predictions for the 400 Days DLC, we can only see Lee as a zombie version in the seasons, and I hope that does not happen because that will be really tragic to Clementine. About Krista, I think same thing actually applies for Krista too. I mean, what applied to Lee. Clementine would be so happy to reunite with her again. Besides, it has been a short while since Krista has been lost. In that time, it's not likely for her to form alliance with strangers and be trusted. Although it is possible, and even if I view it as a small chance, it might be Krista since she can use a gun and has survival skills built up. About Lily, a lot of people on YouTube say that Lily is not dead because she is also seen in the comics of Walking Dead. Well, I haven't read the comics of The Walking Dead. I just started reading actually, so I'm not at that part yet, but there's a character called Lily, and if I'm not wrong, it was in the Woodbury or something, some kind of military organization. So she was there after she left the game. I think Lily has the highest chance of being the person because according to the comic, we know that she's alive and her experiences at leadership and military experience would enable her to adapt to a masculine group of burglars. Even when she learns Lee is a murderer, by the way, she doesn't take much of a stand against Lee as Larry did, which might indicate Lily's sense of justice has loosened. That could make her adapt to a group of thieves with the instinct of survival. One more clue we get is when the group decides to leave Lily behind, she says that her chances of living is low and she will die out there, which Clementine also hears because she was present there, so that would make her think Lily is probably dead throughout this time with the Lily's absent. Now we are at Kenny. Regardless of your choice, Kenny's death is not shown, and that would make everyone think he is alive. Also in the teaser picture of the second season, someone looks identical to Kenny is shown from his back. I was fooled by this because I thought it was Kenny. I wanted it to be Kenny. I wish all the characters from season 1 would reappear in the season 2 and wouldn't leave Clementine alone, because the first episode of the second season was literally a struggle for me. I felt every punch, every struggle that Clementine had on me. Whenever she would get grabbed, my soul would get grabbed. I don't want anything to happen to Clementine. I don't want her to get hurt because we care about Clementine. Anyone who played their first season will agree with that. We care about Clementine. And actually, I was watching a video and walkthrough of a person on YouTube. I just came across with while I was surfing on the net. We see that like Omid gets killed and that person doesn't really show a reaction, which shows us that that guy didn't really play the first season and just started to play the second season because of the popularity of the series, and he wanted to get from some of the revenue. But leaving that aside, we all care about Clementine, so I think the reappearance of any possible character that was friendly in the first episode is considered a chance of a higher chance for Clementine to survive. I think that's why it is so important for us. At least for me, it is important for me because with the reappearance of everyone or friendly characters from the first season, they are really likely to help Clementine get through bad times. But will that happen? We can easily observe from Telltale's way of doing things. We will not see good things in the story. It will always attack to our emotional side, and we are always going to struggle with bad situations. We have to make hard decisions, and that will make us question our morals, ethics, and we will feel so sad about Clementine. That's the fact. It's not going to be a happy story. Clementine will survive, will try to survive on her own, I think, and I hope she finds someone from this first season, and maybe Kenny sticks with her and so she gets a higher chance of survival. I really, really, really wish that from the bottom of my heart. But as I said again, considering Telltale's way of doing things, I think this is very unlikely to happen. So we don't really see the death of Kenny. Besides, we don't hear any scream or whatsoever from Kenny in that scene. In either of the scenes, if you like leave Ben behind or not, Kenny will be separated from the group eventually and be considered dead, just in the different situations, but in both those situations his death won't be shown. So it's not related to the situation. The makers of the game did that on purpose. They did that Kenny's death would not be shown, so we would still have hope. So that has been done on purpose. We are going to see what will come out of that. But Clementine doesn't really know what happened to Kenny because Ben and Kenny died when Clementine was missing. So when Lee tells her to find Omid and Krista, she would probably think both of them are dead, which increases the chances of Clementine saying what she did if she saw Kenny. As Kenny has nothing to care for or look after, he might have joined that group and tried to survive, although his chances of making it is lower than Lily. So that wraps up all theories about the second episode of the second season of The Walking Dead. I'm really happy to see we are playing as Clementine, and I will have more videos coming up soon. I'm also doing a playthrough of The Walking Dead on my gaming channel. If you could check that out, I would really appreciate it. I do it with commentary and facecam. But a little note, I make those videos in Turkish, so you might not really understand that. But if you still check the video, I would really, really appreciate it. I love playing Walking Dead. I really enjoyed the first episode of the second season. I will continue to play it when it comes out because, like, I've been writing this on the Facebook page of the Telltale Games. If they were to kill Clementine at the end of the second season, I would definitely stop playing this game. I would get so angry. I would build a love and hate relationship with the Telltale Games. We don't want Clement to die. We want her to survive as much as she can. I want her to have children and die at the age of 80, and I want her to experience life. Like, I haven't cared about any other character in any video game more than Clementine. I actually have some theories about the first episode of the second season. We are shown a lot of things and symbols that Clementine has been growing up and in the process of losing innocence and, in some sense, virginity of innocence. I also may have a video about this if you guys are interested. Thanks for listening to me. I will see you guys later, okay? Have a good day.